what happens with a lot of times with men and women is we just settle. Whoever we happen to be around, we just link up and we end up, a lot of times we know we don't belong with this person. We're not really compatible. We don't even like them like that.
Oh, shoot.
But we just get comfortable because we've been rocking and then it keeps going. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't really take the time to really think, what do I want? Also,
babe, you nailed that just now.
When you're thinking, what do you want in the person? You also have to be thinking, what can I provide for them that will make them want me?
Hello.
And a lot of times, both men and women, they don't only think one-sided. They only think, what can I get from this person?
Yes.
Not what do I bring to the table?
Yes.
What might they need from me? How might I have to step my game up in order to get with this type of person? Right? So now we hear all these things now. This is a current thing that, people are discussing. But back then, I didn't have that. A lot of us didn't have those concepts. We wasn't taught that.
Right.
So around the time I met you is when I started to have to think about that. I was going through these bad relationships, being unhappy, and I started thinking, hold on, what do I want? Because moving forward, I don't want to go through the same thing.
Right.
So I started thinking about what I wanted, and some of those things was I realized, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. But then I had to look at myself and say, okay, what do you have to do to be better?
Yes.
For the person that you want.
Ooh.
But so, I had to go through all that. And then, as they say, energy attracts, you manifest things. That's when I found you.
Ooh, baby, thank you.
I'm saying that's when we met. And that's a crazy story in itself.
Yeah.
But the point that, though, I want to stay on topic is I feel like, and I want to hear from people because I wonder if I'm not the only one. Because, like I said, I didn't realize what that blockage was.
Right.
It's because the energy that I was getting from the women or the girls at that time around me,
right,
it wasn't the compatible energy.
So let me ask you a question. Around so you said when you met me, so you were like 25 years old when this happened. This thought process, like you were like, okay, I'm ready to choose what I want. Do you feel like enough men do that? Like,
no.
I feel like if they did that, they'll make the right decision about who they want, the person they want to carry their, they want to be the mother of their child. They make decisions on who to attack, like all these different things. I feel.
Who to attack? Who to attract, you mean?
Who to attract.
But check it. No, we don't. But it's an issue that men and women have. Neither one of us think enough.
We don't.
And this is why we keep seeing so many people in these bad relationships.
Yes.
And we keep repeating these cycles. So one of the things that is funny to me.
And just say, you said, I'm sorry to cut you, but you said repeating the cycles. So basically before you met me, you felt like you were in this constant cycle of negative energy. You weren't getting exactly what you were looking for.
Yeah. And every time I was with somebody, I knew when I was with them that I shouldn't have been with them.
Yeah.
But it was like a convenience thing. It's like, oh, well, you here and this. And we
comfortable.
all do that.
Comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's even the initial just getting with that person, you really shouldn't be with them.
Yeah.
So, those are problems that we need to address.
Yes.
But like I was saying, it's funny because the person, I was with some, you know who. I was sitting with my boy at the time, and we was both complaining.
Yeah.
Because we had both went through breakups at the same time.
Yeah.
So we both there, on our misery stuff. And then I was just like, yo, man, I need a girl. Because, when dudes break up, they do what they do for a while. They just be living free.
Yeah.
And we all be acting like that's the thing, and we be happy and excited. But a lot of times, no. A lot of us want to be with somebody.
Yeah.
So I remember
that's dope. That I like that you said that. That's hot. Men, speak your piece.
It's real. But I remember saying to him, I was like, yo, I want a girl. And then he looked at me and he was like, yo, me too. It's nobody wanted to say it. So, but it's funny because we both remember that moment, and it was so long ago. But the thing is, I remember at that time I started thinking, what do I want? What don't I want?
Yeah.
So now it's funny that fast forward all these years later, he brought that up to me recently.
Really?
Yeah, and he said to me, yo, what was on your mind at the time? Because he was like, when you said that and then you did it, you seemed like you were so far mentally advanced.
Yeah.
So to him, it seemed like a crazy concept.
Right.
Because he's like, yo, nobody does that. And he's still asking me that now. He's like, yo, I'm still trying to.
Yeah. Trying
I'm
to figure it out.
Yeah. But I'm like, yo, it's really not that crazy of a concept. You just have to stop and think.
Yeah. What you want.
And stick to it. The problem is a lot of people don't believe that they can get a certain type of person that they might want.
Right.
So they lack that confidence in themselves. At the same time, you have to be real with yourself and understand you have to step yourself up. You have to really look at yourself and fix yourself and build yourself up and say, we always think about what we want in the person. But most of us don't think about what do we bring to the table.
Oh my gosh.
And what is going to make them want us. Like it's a two-way street.
Oh,
Most of us are just thinking one-sided and selfish.
Yes.
And we don't want to look at ourselves and put in the work. And that's men and women.
Yes.
So when you're able to do that, that shows your maturity, your growth, your strength, your security within yourself. And then, like we said, that energy attracts once you set your mind to it. But it has to be real.
Right.
Because if you're running around faking, it's going to come out, it's going to show.
Yeah.
You have to build yourself up and be who you want to be.
And if you stay in a comfortable situation that you're really not happy in, you're just wasting time. You're wasting your life.
In an uncomfortable situation.
I'm sorry, in an uncomfortable situation, but you're comfortable. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you hold yourself up is because, one, you don't know what you want. And you have to realize right now, if you're in that type of situation, you got to just stop for a second and be like, what do I want? And it's okay to want something.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, okay, yes, I'm in this relationship, but what do I want to help me to be happy with myself so that I can continue to have an amazing relationship or turn this relationship into something else that's better.
So you have to put in that work.
You have to put in that work, but the work is starting with yourself, though.
Yeah. But see, a lot of times is you both people have to be working on themselves.
Yes.
And have to be working on each other.
Working with each other.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of times what happens is people are unwilling to work with themselves and look within.
Right.
It's easier to just point the finger and try to hold somebody else accountable.
Yes.
But then you both have to be trying to work together to fix each other. It's easy a lot of times to just try to run away and abandon each other and point the finger.
Yep.
But it's like, all right, if we're here, especially if we built a life or we've been building a life, we might have kids. It's like, all right, can we both try to come to an understanding and both get rid of some of our BS and like, why does everything always have to be a conflict?
Why does everything have to be a conflict? And that's a really big issue, especially when you talk about children, when you involve children. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. When do you think those dads should start talking to their children about understanding what they want, going off of energy and looking at themselves, right? And saying, I am important. No one else can make me or break me. This is what I want for myself, to live the best life I can.
You should start instilling that in them immediately from day one.
Right.
But even more than that, before you even get to that point, you have to model that behavior. Because
that's why I love you.
Because the kids are they're gonna more intake what they see from you versus what you tell them. So if they're seeing it from you and then you're telling them, it's reinforcing it.
Yeah.
But they're gonna go by more what they see. They have to see it.
Yes.
So if they see you being a good person, if they see you treating their mother good, if they see you speaking about other women respectfully and just whatever the case is, when they see that, they're going to mimic your behavior. That's what kids do. Kids follow your behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we know this. So this is why kids see, negative stuff in music and in their neighborhood. They do the same thing. When they see abuse in the household, they mimic the same thing. This is for boys and girls.
Right.
So the behavior that you want your kids to have, you have to mimic it.
Yes.
So I can say for myself, that's one of the things that I understood early. And with our son, I made sure and made certain changes.
You
And
did.
and now that he's older, what does he say?
Always praising us, always kissing our behind because we were the best parents in the world.
So the things that he says now is, I saw these things. I watched you. I saw how you was different from other
Yes.
parents and other people.
Yes.
For both of us. So, you know,
Thank you for that.
and that's something that people have to know.
Right.
That and we know if we pay attention to our childhoods.
Yeah.
When you're kids, you're not gonna listen. You're not gonna understand. But if you instill the right things in them, if you show the right things, they'll catch it. They're always watching and they're always paying attention.
Right.
Even when it's a struggle, even when you think they're not paying attention, it'll pay
Yeah.
off down the line.
Yes.
But you
it
have to
will.
be responsible. Kids watch you. They
Yeah.
see you drinking, partying. They're thinking, oh, I can't wait till I'm older so I could do
Exactly.
it. And then they end up doing it.
Yeah.
And what happens is a lot of parents would tell kids, I always saw this growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Parents would say, don't do what you see me. How'd it go?
Yeah.
Don't do as I say. Don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they'll be drinking
Yeah.
and they'll say, don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't worry about I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you not to do it.
Yeah.
It don't work that way.